Oh, I remember this one. Margaret was one of the slyest convicts I ever had the misfortune of dealing with. I remember when she escaped for several weeks. I don't know how she survived out in the bush for that long without any supplies. She's crafty, I'll give her that.
Oh no, not Boyd. I can't stand this guy. He hates my guts. I know I ran away and all, but he hated me before that. I know he's going to try and send me back to that wretched factory.
James Boyd, the longest serving commandant of the Port Arthur Penal Colony, frequently worked inside the colony's penitentiary. Serving between 1853 to 1871, the commandant was known to record the conditions convicts worked and lived in. Interestingly enough, he deemed that the relatively cramped sleeping quarters on the upper levels contained adequate lighting and ventilation due to the direct skylights. However, these skylights were later blamed to be the very reason as to why the men who slept in the dormitory would suffer from severe respiratory diseases. Boyd would later go on to be the overseer of the construction of Port Arthur's infamous separate prison. Margaret didn't have much to do with the penitentiary itself. However, she had a run-in with its superintendent, James Boyd. Her powerful personality collided with James Boyd, and after 2 weeks she absconded and remained at large for 3 weeks. No one knows how she managed to stay hidden and survive in the inhospitable land for such a period of time, or if she had outside help. But eventually she was found, and again Margaret was sent back to the factory. James Boyd once investigated a robbery where it was suspected by many that the thieves arrived by boat near the coal mines. Boyd, however, was one of the opinion that the night watchman was involved in the matter, as the watchman had 2 dogs with him and did not report any suspicious activity the night of the robbery. The night watchman was confined to await trial, and the stolen property was suspected to have been either hidden in the mines or concealed in the bush. Whilst not someone who worked in the mines personally, Margaret Dalzell's service as a housemaid was to the coal mines' former overseer, James Hurst. Margaret, frequently reported as being highly disorderly in regards to her behaviour, surprisingly had a pleasant relationship with Hurst, as there were no reports of abuse on his part, nor were there any reports on misconduct on hers. Unfortunately, Margaret would later be assigned to another master whom she fled, and as such was punished with 8 months of service in her first of many stays at the female factory.